What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? How we doing, people? How we doing, people? Hey, what's going on?
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? I'm going to actually roll this over to Facebook, so just give me about 2 seconds. We're going to let some people pile in anyways.
Okay.
Live on Facebook. Yeah, I'm going to just roll this over. Give me 1 second. We'll get this in the group. How you doing, Bob?
I'm all right, man. Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well, brother. Doing well. So where are you right now?
I'm in my office. I'm in Vancouver.
Awesome.
Chilling.
Canada?
Canada, yeah.
Just,
I'm heading across right now, though. Right after our call, I'm heading across. I was telling you earlier, I was busy with some real estate. I got like 3 or 4 transactions going down this week, so that's why I've been a little bit non-communicative, but usually I'm not like that.
It's all good. It is all good, brother. Don't worry about it. We actually got some people on already, so I'm going to actually roll this over right now to Facebook, and then we'll get going. We'll give people a couple of minutes to drop in. Guys, what is going on? We got Philip. We got Drewby. Guys, if you're on this live, can I get a 454 to drop in the chat so I know that you can hear us, and we're live, and this is exciting, right? Drop it in the chat. 454. Let's go. We are live on Facebook now, too. Get this muted. Live. Whoa, what's happening here? All right, cool.
It's quite the setup you got back there, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. I saw your outbound stuff going on yesterday. That's good. That's going to be good.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been insane for us, honestly. But we like insane. Keeps us alive. Right, so we got some people piling in. What's going on, everybody? 454 in the chat. Drop it in. Let's welcome Bob. Let's roll, people. All right, good. We got the Facebook going. We got people joining us on the Marketer's Mindset Facebook group. We got people piling in here. Let's go to the panelist section. We'll wait like a minute or two. Just let people pile in before we get started. Everybody, for some reason, loves to be late all the time. Come on, guys. You should know that you're not supposed to be late. What's going on, Alicia, Chase, Drewby, Imani, Jeremy, Johnny, Matt, Meredith, Michael, Philip, Ron, William. What's going on, guys? Kim, Nam, Zach, Vito, Josh, Eric. Well, we got people from all. Where are you guys from? I like to do this always when we get started because it drives me insane knowing that there's people watching this from all over the world. I think it's so cool, right? So, guys, where are you from? Can you go ahead and drop it in the chat for us? Just drop maybe the country that you're from or the state and city if you're in the USA or if you're in Canada, the province, wherever. Drop it in. So we got people from California, Dallas, Illinois, Toledo, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia, Tiga K, I'm assuming that's South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia.
Nice.
We got people from all over. And by the way, Bob, just so you know, I'm live in a couple different places. So I'm live with you right here. I have my DSLR camera behind me, so I'm not looking at you. Just so you know that, I'm right here. And this is actually live on the Zoom, which people are starting to pile in. This is on the Zoom call. I also have this live in the Marketer's Mindset by DashClicks Facebook group. People are actually starting to pile in there right now, too. And then right back there, I have my Instagram. So Instagram always gets kind of like the behind the scenes. But it really sucks for them because they don't get to, like, join in and engage, right? Yeah. So for those of you on Instagram, if you want to watch this, you got to go to DashClicks.com. Just register for your account or go to the Marketer's Mindset by DashClicks Facebook group, and you'll be able to watch me and Bob. We're going to show you how to make $15K average per client a month. I think that'd be pretty cool, right? Would you want to see that? Awesome. We'll see you. We got to get everybody excited in here. I don't think everybody's excited enough, man.
What up, Philip?
We got to get everybody excited, guys. Let's get a 994 in the chat right now. Let's build some engagement up. Let's build some momentum up before Bob unleashes everything he knows on you guys and shows you guys how to make a shit ton of money and pick up some really solid clients. So if that's something that you'd like and you want Bob to start, can we drop a 994 before we introduce Bob to the world for those of you who might not already know who Bob is? Philip said 994, Chris 994, Jeremy, Drewby, William. Somebody said hype train. Drewby said hype train. All right, awesome. So Bob, what do you have in store for us today? I think people are slowly settling in. They're getting on live.
Yeah. I got well, today we're gonna go through the 3 tactical shifts that we use in our agency and that we teach other agencies in our mastermind and other programs and that kind of stuff. And I know we had conversations about this before, but basically my agency is built on a process called less clients, more money. In fact, I've actually built it back in the real estate business, and I'll share I don't know if I can go into, but I'll share a quick story about how I kind of built this.
Yeah, go for it, man.
So I built quite a large real estate company in Vancouver here. And as I was going through, this is probably about 15, almost 17 years ago. And as I was kind of going through this whole process, I was starting to get mentors and courses and all of that kind of stuff. And I was basically running the regular retail side of business. So jumping in my car, showing a buyer a home, and then every 5 or 6 years they would buy a home, right? And I was like, man, this sucks, because I'm like trying to acquire this customer and they're buying once. I'm like, I just want to keep getting them to buy things. And so I went to this conference one time, and some of you guys may know, but Dan Kennedy's conference, this guy stood up there and he's like, he said something about less clients, more money. And I was like, man, that's it. And so I switched my whole model. I went to dealing with real estate investments and investors, because they'll buy 10 homes in 1 year versus 1 home every 5 years. And so I always say, there's like 3 or 4 ways to grow a business, and resell is a big part of it, right? So selling the people that have already bought from you, because they're easier to sell to versus selling to somebody that's never bought from you, right? And so I started to build this system up. And then as I started to transition to my agency business, I basically built the same thing. I was like, man, I don't want to deal with hundreds and thousands of clients. I want to deal with like guys that are paying me $10, $15, $20,000 and maybe have, 50 or 100 of them, and so, and give them the real good service. So that's what I'm going to teach you guys today, is how to acquire high dollar value clients and what they expect for their money, so that you can retain them for a longer term.
Guys, and not only that, just to get some engagement, make sure everybody stays until the end. We're going to be doing some swag bag giveaways, so I'm going to give you guys stuff if you stay all the way until the end. We'll do some swaggy baggies. We'll get everybody ship them straight to your door. I'll also have a couple pretty cool announcements that I'll make, but we'll do that after. We'll do everything after, because first we want to blow your mind and provide you guys with a shit ton of value, right? And then maybe we'll do something really cool. We don't know what's going to happen. We're just going to go with the flow here. No, I'm just kidding. You guys know we're structured. We're going to get you guys. Let's go. Who's ready to learn this, right? So, Bob, your average client is how much around? Like
15K, yeah.
15K and some change, right? So, like, this is the average amount, right? So, guys, if you want to learn, I know most of the people in here, just to kind of maybe introduce you to some of the people in DashClicks, the demographics, right? So, a lot of the people inside of DashClicks are kind of a hybrid between starting their agencies or smaller agencies, I would say. Agencies with maybe 0 to clients, where they're trying to get their first client. They're trying to get their first client, going through that path of prospecting and making the sale and fulfilling the orders. And obviously, right, DashClicks is a great system for them to go through that. And watching these marketers' mindset videos definitely helps them, enlighten them, gets them all the knowledge that they need to know, right, to go out and do that prospecting side, which is a lot of these that we're doing, right? And then we might have some agencies which already have maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 clients. We have a couple handful of agencies that are already over 7 figures that might be right here in this chat, right? So I think where most of these agencies are is they're getting clients right now, and they're signing deals for like $1,000, $2,000 a month. That's like the average, right? So what we want to try to do here is shift that mindset. Bob's going to help you guys shift that mindset from how to go from getting 100 clients paying you $1,000 a month and doing 100K monthly to getting maybe 20 clients to pay you 15K a month and do whatever that equals to times whatever that equals to, because I'm not a mathematician, right? So it's just less clients, more money, right? That's like your whole way to do it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So can you guys drop like a 500 in the chat if you want Bob to blow your mind right now? And then I'll let Bob take it away. We need 10 people to drop 500 in the chat at least right now. Let's go, people. Let's go. 500, 500, 500. Johnny says 500. Amanda says 500. Chris says 500. Jeremy says 500. Druvy. Marcine. Boy, we got 500s all over this place. All right. I'll let you take it away, Bob.
All right. So I actually did some slides I'm going to pull up.
Yeah, go for it, brother.
Let me just get after it here. So this.
Slide decks get me very excited for some reason.
Yeah. So I actually did some work on it. I revamped it all. I put some time and energy into it. So hopefully you guys like it. Let me know if you guys can see it. Hopefully you guys can. But this is basically what I'm going to talk about is my 3 thriving agency strategies that gets me 15,451 plus per month average on clients and retains them for 12 to 18 months. Some of you guys are just retaining.
I think that's like the biggest thing. I'm sorry to cut you off, but for especially for the people in here, like retention, what you're saying here, 12 to 18 months, guys, let that sink in. That's insane.
Yeah. And so if you kind of do the math, like, you know, a client of mine is worth $150,000, $200,000. So every time I acquire somebody, I keep them for quite a long time. And it's pretty much the opposite of a lot of what a lot of guys are talking about. And I'm going to show you how to create that shift and how you need to create that shift in your clients' minds in order for them to stick around with you for quite some time. But before I do that, this is not going to be one of those webinars. I'm not going to be sitting here talking about my story or anything like that. I will introduce myself quickly, but you know, you can do your own research and find out a little bit more about me. I'm going to be putting this information content out there because the marketplace is changing rapidly and old stuff is about to stop working. That's why I love what Chad's doing in DashClicks, and they really got a great program for especially those guys that are starting out or even ready to scale. They're giving you the resources and tools. Man, I wish I had something like that when I had started, because it would make just life a whole lot easier. So this is not going to be about creating a lifestyle business and making 6 figures sitting on the beach. Well, you can, but at the end of the day, you still got to go out there and do some work. Me, I worked. Chad works every single day. We're up at 4 or 5 in the morning and we're going to sleep at, you know, 12, 1 o'clock at night. We work our freaking asses off.
That's why we're amen to that. Amen to that. I was up at 3 a.m. feeding my baby this morning.
Exactly. And a lot of times, you know, you see so many different messages and like, hey, this is a push button system or a software or whatever it is. And yeah, it can be, right? But you got to work it, man. And you got to be able to build your system and processes and align yourself with people that want what you have, you know, have what you want, right? And I always say that, like, listen, if you're aligning yourself with people that have less than you or don't really have what you want, then get away from them and get involved with people that, you know, want what you got. And if you follow them and just ask them, say, hey man, how did you get that? Chad's got a Lamborghini. If you go to him and say, Chad, how'd you get that Lamborghini? He will tell you step by step about how he got that Lamborghini, and it didn't come easy, right? It didn't come easy. I put a post
about that in the group last night.
It didn't come easy, right? And I understand that, and that's why I respect it, because we work our tails. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for 17 plus years. I've been self-employed since I was 19 years old, right? And so everything that I've built is self-made. I basically, when I was growing up, we didn't have a whole lot, you know? But I'll get into that story. So this is about dominating industries, building a real and sustainable company, and making it do what you always wanted. So if you wanted to sell it later on or exit out of it, you can do that as well. This is my family. I've been in internet marketing for over 15 years. I was building funnels back when there was no such thing as funnels, right? I was doing it from an offline perspective. So what we would do is we would run a newspaper ad, an advertorial. Now you guys see them as news feed posts. We'd send them as an advertorial. People would pick up the phone and call our 1-800 number, and they would request a what? They would request a free report on our system, and we would mail it out to them, and inside that mailer would be an application form, and they would have to fax it back to us, and then we would get them on the phone. So that was our funnel. We'd get them on the phone, and then we'd bring them in, and we'd do a live consultation. There was none of this stuff out there before. And so for us to be able to transition and do it is just a beautiful thing for me to see. Guys like Chad, guys like everybody that's out there that's really just trying to kill it out there, it's a beautiful thing for me to see, because I see the transition. I've saw it for the last 15 plus years. I've spent millions of dollars on my own marketing education. That's the difference, right? Everything that I'm going to teach you here is not theory. It's actual stuff that I do and I have done and I have implemented. So I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, maybe you should do this because it worked for that guy. No, I don't know what's worked for that guy. I know what's worked for me, and I'm going to sit there and throw it down on the line so that you guys can actually take and say, hey, listen, he's spent his money. He's done the homework. And maybe if I implement and test and track and tweak and then implement again, and then test, track, and tweak again, you'll have the same results and success, right? I generated over 100,000 plus leads and $40 million in sales for myself and clients, 2 times a 2 Comma Club award. We did it in 6 months and then 4 months, right? But ask me.
On the back to prove it, brother. The plaque is on the back to prove it.
It's right there, and I brought it up here just in case because I knew I was going to say this, so I was like, man, if somebody doesn't believe it, it's right there. We were able to build in $30 million in less than 18 months and charge 80 to 100K to work with clients one-on-one to build this out for them, right? Here's why it's critical to pay attention. You see, every guru out there is teaching the same thing about how to land clients and become a Facebook ad agency, right? And the reason why I love what DashClicks and these guys are doing is because they give you a variety of stuff and it aligns with exactly what I'm about to teach you today, right? There are different people in different segments of the population and industries that don't want Facebook ads. They don't care about it, right? And a lot of them just want to maybe a website, or maybe they just want to do some email marketing, or maybe they just want to, have a brand or a position out there, right? There's different people in different segments of the market that you might be going after that have no idea what Facebook ads are, right? And you're trying to bark down that same tree like everybody else is. And there's just so much competition, and people are giving it away for free. People are doing things that, I would never ever do, right? Here's the truth. Markets are becoming saturated. Simple laws of supply and demand. People are treating it like a commodity, and all the old SEO guys have coming running into the Facebook ads gold rush. It's hard to find a really good SEO guy. 5 years ago, everybody was doing SEO, right? Now it's really hard to find that person because we've been looking. Agencies coming to the market, ad costs up, slices into your budget. Now people can't afford to pay you unless you have a real solution that gets real results. And remember, guys, results means something different to every single person, okay? It means something different. It doesn't mean that you have to get them a patient or a customer or a client. A result might mean to them that, hey, we got to build out a email marketing program or an SMS marketing solution, or a result might be that I got to build a great website for them, right? Everybody has a different idea of what their end result is. And the only way that you can understand it is if you niche in a specific business. Now, if you're just starting, it's very difficult. Just get whatever you can get and get the business, do whatever you can for them and knock it out the park. And eventually you'll figure it out. What business works best? And I'm sure, Chad, you've done the same thing as well when you were starting out. It's let's just grab whatever we can because I got to feed my family,
At first, I remember we used to do, we still kind of do, well, it's a little different because we're white labeled and we service everybody else's niches, right? So we're just that good. No, I'm just kidding. But for our retail agency, one of our main niches was home services, right? So going after like painters, plumbers, like anybody that was offering services, because essentially the campaigns would be very similar. The websites would be very similar. The call to actions are similar. They want like it's going after mostly residential, right? So like that was our target market and who we went after. And we knew we were really good at it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we built it in the medical space and we did really good at it. But before that, we were dabbling in many different industries, industrial stuff, real estate, mortgage, and now as we've built our niche, I'm actually looking at acquisitions right now to buy different niches, guys that have built their agencies and buy their different niches so I can build up my agency. And so when you get to that point and you understand how to niche it and how to like go after those different industries, then, that becomes a skill set in itself. You see, like what I'm going to talk about might be a little bit controversial for some of you, but most agencies will choose to ignore this. But really the proof is undeniable. In my opinion, Facebook ad agencies and somewhat will be dead. And here's why. Basically supply of Facebook ad agencies are drastically rising. So the agency rates go down, right? Guys are doing it for free. How do you compete with that?
Yep.
How do you say like, I'm going to do it? You can't compete with that, right? And I'm going to show you a few things. The supply of available ad space on Facebook is decreasing, so the ad costs are up, right? So if you're trying to acquire customers, guys like me or Chad, we'll outspend you. So it's it's difficult for you to be, and we've got people that work for us that do these things. You know what I mean? So Facebook gained 2 million advertisers in 1 year. This is back in 2017.
That's crazy.
Right? 2 million advertisers. Check this out. Facebook tripled their advertisers in 1 year.
Jeez.
In 2018, they're at 6 million advertisers. Okay? If you go on Facebook and your business owners or people that are, they can actually get a Facebook rep and they'll take them through a 5-week or a 6-week course or a process of how to launch and scale their agency. So Facebook's actually building their own agency within Facebook. So they're teaching these business owners how to do it. It's so simple because they've got this little boost post, and even some of my clients, they're just pushing it, putting their credit card saying, hey man, I boosted my post, right? So understand that while the Facebook market is still there, I'm not saying it's completely dead, but you got to couple it with other things, and I'll show you why. Here's Facebook cost per thousands increased 171% in 2017. There's a ton of stuff that is just increasing the average cost per click, cost per thousand, all of that kind of stuff. And as they continue to rise, the amount of agencies entering into the space goes up, right? It's getting harder and harder to get results and compete, isn't it? And here's the thing. What is everybody teaching out there? They're teaching Facebook ads, right? Getting agency clients is already more expensive because you need to spend more on ads to get results. Plus, getting your clients results is also becoming more expensive because ad costs are higher, right? So to battle that, agencies are already undercutting your prices, like I said, lower, and lower, right? Retention rates are lower. The average, I have an agency mastermind program, and in the average retentions that these guys have before they come into me is almost between 1 and 3 months. Like 1 month, guys. Are you kidding me? I don't do jack shit in the first month. Like, you know, you got to build it, right? Retention rates are lower because someone will do the ads you previously charged money for free or on a performance-only basis. Now, if you are just starting, that might be a great way. Go to your buddies, go to your chiropractor, go to your dentist, go to your lawyer, go to whoever it is in your local market and say, hey, listen, let me build a case study out of this, right? And if you got a little bit of money, go there and spend some money on some ads because it's only your education that you're spending it on, right? All this stuff is already happening. The writing's on the wall. This is why all the thriving agencies are implementing these 3 critical strategies, and these are the 3 shifts, okay? The positioning shift and how we get $15,415 a month per client on average because of a small positioning shift. The other strategy is the retention shift, how we increase client retention to 12 to 18 months by becoming our client's CMO, our Chief Marketing Officer. Marketing life support with a simple back-end solution, and the self-management, how we get our clients to manage themselves so we can effortlessly scale to 113 clients plus beyond. The positioning shift is the first one that I'm going to go over. As you know, Facebook ads are becoming a commodity, right? Don't pay until I get results. Check this out. Performance-based Facebook ads. If I don't get you results, you do not pay. How many of you guys see that, right?
Yeah, dude, I see that like 5 times a day on my newsfeed. It's crazy. Like literally like every other company. Like, have you guys seen that? Just so we can drive some engagement up here and wake people up, I like to shake people with numbers. Can you drop a 350 in the chat? Are you guys seeing this in your Facebook feed too? 350, like pay as you go, performance-based ads, right? Are you guys seeing that? Everybody, 350, 350, 350. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean, you see this all day long, everywhere you go. Get 2 to 3 leads per day. If I don't get you leads, you don't pay. Like, I don't know about you, but I like to work and get paid for it. You know, I don't want to do things for free. And we all know that this is a bait and switch program, right? And smart marketers and smart business owners understand the guys that pay us $10, $15, $20,000, they ain't looking for this. So if you want high dollar value clients, they're going to look at this and they're going to say, you're full of shit. I'm going to somebody that's actually going to charge me for it because I've been through it. Those are the smart business owners. If they're doing 7 figures, they don't need this. Understand that. Right? The guys that you are acquiring with these types of ads, that's why you got 1 month, 2 month, 3 month maximum retention. It's because you're acquiring people with these types of ads.
Those are like the bottom of the barrel, like scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
And even, like I said, and even if you do land a client, they'll usually say these leads suck, right? They got no reason to take your leads that you give them and actually do anything with them. They're just gonna be like, man, it's free. Right? And we all know that, those who pay attention, right? The fact is that if all you do is run Facebook ads and get leads for clients, you'll never be able to charge $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month and keep clients on for that long, okay? Unless you're like the top of the top. Stop being just a Facebook ad agency. There's a need in the market and you got to fill it. Most small business owners don't have a CMO. Guys, listen to this part here. Most small business owners do not have a chief marketing officer, okay? Guys that are up to 7 figures, that are making 7 figures, that can pay you $10,000 a month, or even $1 million, $1.5 million, or even up to $2 million, they do not have a chief marketing officer. You know what they have? They have a receptionist that just takes over marketing, and that's the person that they get shifted into it. That's it. And they do not, if you've done any of the stuff in the marketer's mindset, if you've done any of that, and you've listened to what Chad's told you, and if you're using their systems and processes, then you have more knowledge than that person will ever have. Because we're just in that space, okay? And it's usually headed by the owner himself a lot of the times, or like I was talking about, the receptionist. They don't have the time to manage it properly. So if you become your client's chief marketing officer, your value is tenfold and it's infinitely scalable if you do it right, okay? Think about it. Most companies pay a chief marketing officer $160,000 a year for their base salary. You guys getting this? $160,000 a year for a CMO. Okay, we call it a full stack marketer. A lot of the big marketers out there are talking about full stack, becoming a full stack marketer versus just being a one trick pony kind of thing, right? Doing Facebook ads. Here, if you guys don't believe me, I just pulled this up. Go to, I think it's PayScale. Average chief marketing officer salary is $169,761. Okay, plus bonus, plus profit sharing, plus commissions. So you can put this into your presentation when you are trying to convince them of not to hire a CMO, but to hire you that have the skills and the resources that you have that are available to you in the DashClicks platform that gives you this access.
Yeah, that's insane. Can you go back to that slide really quick? Where can they find this?
Payscale.com.
Payscale.com. Screenshot time, guys. Screenshot while you can, because this is something to literally drop into your proposals. Like at the end of the proposal, this should be the slide that they see. I'm charging you $15K a month, or you can pay $170K a year for one person.
Yeah. And then you got to pay them benefits, and then you got to deal with their sick bullshit. And then you got to actually, give them vacation times. We're never going to call in sick. We won't ask you for a vacation, and we won't even ask you for benefits.
This is powerful, man. If you guys are understanding the power of this slide right here, can you guys drop like a 460 in the chat right now, just to make sure that you guys are like aware of what we're looking at right now? Because this is crazy. 460, yeah, like it's insane, right, guys? And it makes sense too.
You know what I always do? I just go option 1. You can hire this guy, and I'll just put like an image there, and I'll give him this. Option 2, you can take us, and then we just put all of our skill sets there. You've got, if you're not running your own agency with all your own people, but you have, DashClicks helping, you've got web designers, you have, social strategists, you have everybody there that is going to support you, right?
Yeah, you can have one person, or literally, like for those of you guys that are in DashClicks that are working with us, like when you sign on an account, we like instantly drop in anywhere between 5 to 10 people from our team that are marketing gurus, right? Facebook ads guys, copywriters, web developers, SEO guys, like anything you can imagine, right? Or you can get this one person, $170K.
Yeah.
So crazy, man. I just wanted to like focus on that slide for a second because this is amazing.
Yeah, no problem. Like I said, all companies are currently operating without one. And my market is anywhere between 3 and 15 to 20 employees. So here's the thing. When you have about 3 employees, they don't have time to do all their marketing. They're starting to grow. They're starting to get to that point, and they're probably around the $750,000 range. And when you get down to the 15 employees, they're still probably like, and this is based off my experience of dealing with these types of companies. They're still kind of fighting with trying to build and grow their marketing department at that point in time. So you can come in and inject some real life into their business. If they're over 15 or 20 employees, chances are they've gotten stuff figured out, they've hired consultants, they've brought somebody in, and you're really going to fight with somebody that they are actually paying $160,000, $180,000. You're not going to be able to take their job away, right? It's just very, very difficult for you to do that. Not only that, they'll probably hire some, overly priced digital agency or marketing company or advertising firm that is going to do a lot of their work for them. And so it becomes a very, very big challenge. And I'm telling you from experience because I go after these clinics and prospects, and I always dominate that specific market. I don't go after 1 or 2 employees because they just can't afford me, and the retention rate will suck on those. This is how I charge between 8. Do you guys understand? Like, do you understand how I'm able to charge it? So the initial, headline of the talk was this, and a lot of people were like, wow, I wonder how much how he charges. This is my shift. This is the way that I change the conversation from, hey, I'm going to generate you 30 opportunities or leads a week or month, whatever you guys are doing out there, right? To, hey, listen, I'm going to be this person that is going to manage everything that we're going to do for you, okay? This is how I charge between 80 and 100K for myself and my team to work with clients one-on-one in their business. This is why I call it less clients, more money. And it's still a better deal than hiring just one person to be their CMO, because I put that screenshot there and I showed them exactly how much it charge. How much? This is the average. This is not my result. This is not my stat. Go on PayScale right now and go find a person. So let's replicate that and become our client CMO. We do it with a simple yet strategic process, okay? First of all, go only after high-value niches, right? This is something that I do right now. Currently, you can't charge someone $5,000 a month if they're only making $25 for one new client, patient, or customer, okay? If you're selling $5,000 a month to a cupcake company, which we did, by the way, a long time ago, but it's very difficult. You're going to sell a lot of cupcakes, just to justify that $5,000 a month, and they'll be sweating all month, and you know what? You're not going to renew them that next month, okay? Look at niches with average ticket value of $5,000 to $7,000, so it's easy to justify your high rates. Stem cell injections, interventional pain, anti-aging, orthopedic, plastic, lawyers, general contractors, roofers, real estate investors, and I'm sure that's why you went over the home service business, because you knew that you could justify it, right?
Yeah, roofers were huge for us because we would run AdWords campaigns and their average ticket is about 30K. So this is like screenshot time, guys. So like this is like a powerful slide right here, because I get questions like, I have like a canned response for this question already. Like, what industries do you service that are good, right? Like, here's your industries, guys. This is what you should go after. These are your high ticket industries, guys. For those of you guys, like Bob said, closing deals. These guys are closing deals for $5K, $30K for roofers. General contractors we work with, they're closing deals on commercial buildings that are like $500,000 build outs, right? Like this is what you should be focusing on. He's 100% right.
Yeah. And not only that, like if you look at general contractors, well, there's specific subsets of each of those general contractors that you could go and deal with. So you have a contractor for pools, right? For example, a pool costs $50. I had a buddy of mine I was talking to yesterday, and he's wanting to put a pool in. He said it's going to cost him $150,000 to put a pool in. Now, we don't have a lot of pools out here. It's probably cheaper out there. But down here, that's how much it's going to cost us. So imagine you just get one person, one pool contract. The guy will love you, right? He's going to do business with you over and over and over again. It's very easy for us to be able to charge $5,000, $10,000, $50,000. But again, if you're just going after somebody that's taking a transactional value of $50, $75, or $100, or whatever it is, it's very difficult for you to justify that, and that's where the retention really happens, Find your niche and dominate and build $1 million brand. Once you find that niche, build $1 million brand. This is what I do. I'm in the medical space. I've written a book called Pain Inc., Medical Times, Practice Growth Specialist, The Automated Entrepreneur. I do all these things. I create a great brand visually, right? I grow clinics. Will it be yours or your competition's? I drive everybody there. I retarget them. I get them to apply for my services. I don't say contact me or anything like that. I say you got to apply to become a part of our business. Same thing.
No free consultations.
No free. I mean, what we do is we get them to apply, then we go through a set, and then we do through a close.
All right, I'm joking because I see all the CPAs nowadays, free consultation, free consultation.
Yeah. I mean, so we built, the 7-figure clinic. We built a different brand called Honest Doctor. And so these all things are supposed to be like geared to give me an elevated position when I'm going after business, right? I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done that. And so if you're just focusing all on just, and not building your personal brand or, doing anything like that, then it's going to be very difficult for you to command those larger dollar values. And Agency Influence Live was geared for the agency space, and so we built and that's where Chad,
I was there.
Yeah, exactly. So shifting your market position, become a solution provider. Don't sell Facebook ads, don't sell leads. Those are everywhere, right? Focus on what your ideal clients want, right? Focus on what they want. More new patients or clients, recruitment campaigns. I just got a text message from one of our new doctors, and they're like, man, I had 2 people leave. And their whole big thing was we just need recruitment. Remember I said right at the beginning of the presentation, a result is different from each person to person. They're already making $2.5, $3 million. They could care less if I got them in a new patient or not. They have systems and processes that they need fixing up, right? And those systems and processes that we fix up take longer. And what does that mean? More, longer retention, right? And so recruitment campaigns, hiring and firing, there's a big issue in a lot of the medical space that we do, right? Feed their egos, right? I learned this in the real estate business, right? Like if you go down the street, you see all the real estate agents, they love it when their face is on the back of the bus, right? They love it when their face is on the bus bench on the side of the road, or full page ads. Like those are the people, it's like, man, we got to make you bigger than life on the internet. And you could feed their egos. Branding is massive. Solve your client's biggest problem. If you could figure this out, you have a super high value, they'll never be able to let you go, right? So what we do is we manage all of their communication. We say, listen, we'll be your CMO, give us all your communication, give us all your website, we'll rebuild it, we'll do all your email marketing, we'll do all your social media marketing, we'll do all your content creation, we'll create everything for you on a regular basis, from print to digital to offline to postcards to everything. Yes, it's a pain in the ass sometimes to build those systems, but you've got resources here that helps you build those things, right? I built these things myself. So by doing that, you create you create somebody that's going to rely on you regularly, and they're going to consistently pay you, okay? Clients struggle with this back end, converting leads into customers, right? This is the other part of the process. When you fix that problem for them, a lot of times people, what they'll do is they'll just run ads, right? I'll get you opportunities, and it's not my problem if I'm going to actually, it's not my problem if you're going to close them or not. We need to be vested in their success. When I always say, I don't work for you, man, I work with you. We're going to do this together. We're going to figure out what we're going to have to do in the front, on the close, and a lot of that. 95% of the time I actually fly into the clinic and I work with them inside their office to see exactly what is going on. I fix up their close process right inside their clinic. The other thing that it does, it puts a face to the name. And when I go there and I shake hands and I break bread with somebody, my retention stays longer. Okay? So that's what a true expert really does. And you got to go in there and actually look at their business from the inside out versus just looking at it and say, well, we'll just generate you some leads and hopefully that you close them. Okay? So like I said, you'll be a service provider that's integral to their success, not a commodity that they can replace by this time tomorrow. Okay? You'll be providing extremely high amounts of value to your clients. Each new client is worth $5K plus to them. And this will allow you to easily charge $15,000 a month or even more. And I'm going to draw it out for you in a few minutes, and I'll show you exactly what I'm kind of talking about so that you guys get a visual of it. So here's the other thing, right? Like, would you pay somebody $15K a month to bring you an endless supply of 2K, 5K, or 10K clients? Of course you would, right? But there's certain things that you have to build in order for you to do them. And I always say that to my clients. I'm like, you're not ready. You're not ready to take on the flood of business that we're potentially be able to come in and do. So there's certain things that I build from the inside that is going to help them, gear them up. So when we do launch Google ads or Bing ads or Facebook ads or anything like that, that it's going to work for them. Here's strategy number 2, the retention shift, right? Like Chad said earlier, retention is an epidemic. And especially for the digital agencies, like people are jumping from one end to the other. And all they're doing is they're seeing these ads constantly, and people are going after the same markets, and they're just jumping from one person to the next to the next. And so what you have to do is basically, we want to become our marketing life support. And that's why I said, for most agents, the number one issue is client retention. Cost to acquire one new customer, right, is 7 times that more of to keep your current and retain the customer that you already got. Okay, so why is this happening? Let me explain this for you guys for 1 second. A lot of the times when you take on a client, you'll start to run ads, or you do a funnel, or you build a website and all that. The first thing that we do is we look at what is their database. Who do we have in their database that we can create a reactivation or an email marketing campaign so that we can actually create a great win right in the beginning. Because most of the times, I would say 95% of the businesses that we work with neglect their database, and they're always going after new business all the time. And it's like, man, wait, before you ever go in and start acquiring new business, what about those people that you've neglected for so long? Let's create a campaign for those. Let's win them over, because you've already sold them. It's a lot easier to sell to somebody that's already bought from you than to sell to somebody that's never bought from you. So let's create a reactivation campaign. In the first month, what we do is we build out the website, and then we'll create, in the first 6 or 8 weeks, we'll build out reactivation campaigns. We don't even do any ads, right? Here's the thing, a lead, a contact, a visit, and a patient, right? Each of those areas are different conversion rates. Okay, so this is a funnel part of this process. So what I'll do is I'll explain it a little bit here. Let's see if I can actually pull it up. Oops. Let me see if I can get this on, Chad.
Yeah, no worries, brother. Guys, are you guys like on the same page? Everybody caught up right now while Bob sets up? And we get a 450 in the chat. Everybody shake. Get up, stand up, shake it off, guys. Let's go, because we're just on number 2. Shake it up, 450 in the chat. Let's go.
So here's the thing, right? So if you looked at my previous slide, there are more people that are coming in. And a lot of the guys, what they're doing is they're just focusing on this area, right? So they're driving in Facebook ads, they're driving in Google ads, and they're driving them in here, and they're saying, hey, listen, we'll get you 30 opportunities, or we'll get you this. And everything is stopping in this prospect space. That's it. Most people are just stopping right here. And so in order for you to be a trusted advisor, you can't just stop there. You got to help them get that prospect to an appointment. That appointment has got to actually show up to a consultation, right? And then they got to close dollars. The reason why I actually go inside of businesses is because I want to know if they're closing the money, right? Because that directly reflects how much they're going to pay me. Because if I can help them close more, I'll actually make more. And that's why we increase the average value of the customer on a regular basis. So here you might have a conversion rate of 50% and then 50% here. So you're losing at each level clients, right? And so you have to be able to create a system and a process to help them with this. So let me give you an example. In here, you've got Facebook ads. In here, what about a script training or call tracking and recording for their current people, right? So that you can get on the phone and say, hey, Mary, maybe you should say it like this versus this, and here's a great script that you can use, right? There's value in this. At each level, there's value in here. You see, most people are just putting the value there, but there's value here, value here. There's also, what about a show campaign? Hey, listen, there's lots of times that you get somebody on the phone and they say, yes, I'll come in for an appointment, Bob, but that guy doesn't show up, right? Why? Because maybe there's not enough reminders. Maybe there's not enough email campaigns, text message campaigns. Maybe there's no social marketing. Maybe there's no bot. Whatever it is that you're going to do, you have to be able to create something where it's going to allow them to show up to that appointment, Okay? Here, here. So are you guys getting this? Like at each level,
this is amazing.
At each level that you create, you build more value. Just think of this: 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. You see what I mean? Right? At each level, I'm building value, value, value. I just put $1,000 there. You could charge whatever it is. Okay? I don't just say, well, I'm going to charge you 1,000 here. I just roll it all into one price, just so you guys know. Okay, so now I'm going to be like, okay, they've closed a client, but guess what? Guess what happens after they close a client? I'll tell you what happens. They actually have to deliver the service, right? So how many of you guys actually go into a business and you're like, man, I'm super stoked about this company, and they sell you and they do something, everything great, from a prospect to become an appointment to a consultation, and they've closed you, and then the delivery just sucks, right? So many times the delivery of it just sucks. So when you go and you start to look at it and you say, man, let's look at your delivery of this service. How are you delivering? How are you building the wow factor with your clients? Right? How are you building that wow factor? Because it's going to directly create more business in our next phase, which is resell. Right? Because if you deliver something and you create a result for that person, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to say, hey, listen, I know that you bought this product. What about this product? So can you go into the businesses that you are dealing with and say, hey, listen, maybe they need a warranty for this product, or maybe they need this, or maybe they need that. Yeah, of course you can. So you can start to create a resell program and then also a referral program. Okay? So these are the 6 or 7 stages that you take somebody through, and you can just show them saying, hey, listen, this is the area. Tell me about your delivery program. Tell me about your resale program. Tell me about your referral program. And in each of these areas, you can actually build it out for them. This is how you build massive, massive amounts of value.
I think, just to add on, like, I think where most people are stopping, right, is right after the actual lead phase. Like, a lead comes in and then that's it. It's like, right? And that's a huge problem, because, guys, if you guys are not working directly, like, DashClicks will go out, we'll run campaigns, we'll get leads, right? But you guys also need to be able to work with the businesses, like Bob said, build, like, in our retail agency, we build rapport, we build relationships. People know me on a first name basis. That's why they do business, right? So you have to have that, guys, and you have to work also after the lead comes in, like going through and doing, like, creating programs like resells and upsells and stuff like that, creating script for the actual customers that you're working with, right? So you need to be able to do these things, guys. And if you agree with what Bob is saying, I'm just going to say, let me get a 549. In the chat, go. Let's wake up, everybody. Let's go. 549, 549. All right, everybody's awake. Good, making sure.
Keep it visual. You know, I learned this whole process from a visual standpoint, like drawing it out like this. So when I drew this out, you guys understood it a lot better than probably just me talking about it, right? And it's very, if you have a chance, and, you know, maybe just post in the chat if you have been to a timeshare presentation. Those guys are rock stars. In fact, every time I go on a holiday, I'll go to a timeshare presentation, because what they'll do is they'll draw it out for you. They'll make it look so valuable for you that you're spending and wasting money on vacations or on this or that. You know, when you go there, they will actually, you know, map it out for you, and they build so much immense value, and they'll show you things that it's like, man, I got to buy this thing, right? Like, I'm stupid. You know, I got to buy it. But they visualize everything when they're building it out for you. So really sort of look at it that way, and keep it in 6th grade language, man. Don't talk about funnels. Don't talk about automation sequences and that kind of thing. Like, these guys don't understand that shit, right?
They don't.
Go in there. Like, a lot of them just, hey, listen, you know, wouldn't it be cool if we got a website, and then when they filled out a form, they automatically got an email letting you know and thanking them? Like, you got to basically build it down to that level, right? A lot of them don't speak our language. So a lot of the time, sometimes what we do is we build, quiz campaigns. We get some engagement, that kind of thing. We get them into the contact. We go through that whole process like I talked about. We'll implement SMS text messaging in the appointments phase. So we'll do SMS reminders, that kind of thing. 98% read rate. They've been within 3 minutes or less before over emails. Like I said, we help our clients with their sales process, giving the receptionist script and tracking everything on the back end so we can optimize it over time, putting the most dollar in their pockets, making them absolutely love us. Okay. That's something that we use as a call tracking platform. Managing the whole patient experience is how you maximize sales, right? If you can have your hand in each one of those processes, you'll be able to maximize your sales if you're good. And you just need to know what it is that they're doing wrong. You see, if you can come in and plug a leak inside of somebody's business, they will love you. I'm not asking you to plug every single leak because a lot of times there's a ton of leaks. But if you can plug and find out that one major pain point and work on that consistently and just plug that, they will love you, right? This is something that we created, which is the prospect appointment consult and close process. It's like this, we call it 10X growth plan blueprint. And these are the different sort of, we use it in a visual format. I use a lot of cartoons, comic books, that kind of thing. And if you guys were at Funnel Hacking Live, you probably saw Vince Palco out there doing all the cartoon stuff. He's my cartoonist, and that's the guy who builds all my stuff. I've been using him for 15 plus years, but we kind of outline our whole process. And when we go into a business, we do something like this, and we kind of show them exactly why we're doing what we do, kind of thing. As chief marketing officer, is the only thing that your client has to worry about is dealing with clients. That's powerful, right? This is the benefit of adding more value. Clients never leave. Our clients stay with us 18 plus months. Because it's nearly impossible for clients to leave if you are their life support, right? Like I said, DashClicks is going to support you guys and give you everything and tools that are necessary to be able to create a great result for your clients. But you got to be that client-facing person. You got to actually be involved in their business, right? Like I said, do so much they can't live without you, right? Makes sense? By now, you probably are starting to see how we can charge 80 to 100K to work with someone of our clients. That'll add up to a lot of work and resources for each client. And then the self-management shift. And so I'm going to stop kind of right here, right? Actually, I'll go a little bit further. Now, at this point, understanding how to 5K a month would be a win for most agencies. Anyone can do that. The real value is when you can start charging $5,000 plus and have systems processes in place that allow you to scale 5, 10, 15, 20 plus clients per month without overwhelm. And really, Chad's done an amazing job to be able to allow you guys to do that. Guys, I did everything that Chad did in his business, and that's what I said right in the beginning of the conversation and our presentation was that, listen, we worked our asses off to create systems and processes to make your guys' lives a ton easier, right? And he's done a fantastic job. If you plug in to their business and their people and their services, then you know what? You can scale to 20 plus clients, 30 plus clients, 100 plus clients per month without overwhelm, right? When I tried to scale, it was complicated. I have my own software solution that I use and I built because out of the need for us to be able to go in and manage these clients ourselves. So we were killing ourselves in the process, but man, like you guys got a wealth of stuff available at your fingertips. So that's all I wanted to talk about on the step 3 is finding a process and a system that you guys can use that will allow you to scale to 100, 200 plus clients per agency. So that's all I got.
Guys, let's get some love going for Bob. Like Bob, I'm sitting here and like I've been in the agency space since 2009, right? So I've been through tons of clients. I've been through employees. I've been through building the processes, the systems, the softwares actually, right? And that shit is not easy. It is not easy at all. And for most of you guys who are beginning right now, who are at maybe within the first 6 months or the first year, even 2 years of going and building out your agency and scaling, like the things that, and I said this in a couple of the other marketers mindset videos, like the tools and technology that DashClicks provides, like people like Bob, like the coaching and stuff like that, like we didn't have that when we first started in 2009. Like I learned everything off of YouTube. I had to struggle my way through and go out and like hire people and go through hundreds of employees just to find one good person. And if you think about that, that's like millions of dollars in expenses just to find one. Going through hundreds of softwares to find one software that actually works, and building a protocol on every software that we use. And then when we switch in software, it's like, shit, that wasn't a good software. Let's get it out of the way. Let's build a brand new one. Now we got to rebuild the whole protocol and go through the whole system and retrain all the employees, and like, shit. Like if I had something like DashClicks, and if I had coaching that Bob provides in like these systems and these protocols and these marketing mindset videos, like at my fingertips, at my disposal, like how easy is it right now to just go sell a client, drop them in for fulfillment, go through the platform and have the client go through the platform? Like you just got to learn how to use DashClicks. It's that simple. Like, does everybody understand what's happening now with the agency space? Like it's getting so oversaturated, but like the people who are niching down, right? The people who are going through maybe like the higher end clients, like Bob said, like it's perfect, right? Go after the guys who can pay you more money. Like it just makes sense. Is everybody on the same page, guys? Can we get like a Bob, pick a number, let them throw in a number. Any number you want, Bob, go.
Let's go. Lucky number sevens. Give me 3 sevens.
Seven in the chat. Go. Like, are you guys understanding this? Like the mindset, the shift, like everything is so easy for you guys now where you can just literally take it and run.
Yeah. The other thing is like those higher end clients are easier to close. Like they understand it. If you give them they understand it. They're like, okay, yeah, I got a problem there. My receptionist is doing this. I love somebody that can just manage and take this all over. I'm sold. Okay.
Yeah.
You can justify it. It's done. It's so easy for us to close these. The harder ones become taking a person that isn't conditioned to pay you for free, free service that you're giving them, and then saying, okay, well, I've generated this for you now. And be like, well, I haven't really, like, those are the hardest ones to convert because they don't want to part with their money because they don't have it.
It's like going to like just a true life example. And I've seen it happen inside of DashClicks. I've seen it happen with other agencies that are inside of the community. It's like they're going out and they're doing that like the free performance-based ads, right? They're picking up an e-commerce store that just opened a Shopify drop shipping center, and now they want to make millions of dollars. They haven't made one sale, and now you're the person that's going to go and service them and start their business. Why would you do that? Just go start your own business. Like It doesn't make any sense, right? So what Bob is saying is 100% correct. Go after businesses that are established, right? And for us, when we were doing like our criteria, because we used to have a call center, right? And we used to use a software called Sales Genie, right? And most of you might be familiar with Sales Genie. It's owned by Info Group. I think it's like $99 a month. You can go and you can like filter through data. And we used it through a call center, right? Each one of our sales reps had a Sales Genie account, and that Sales Genie account, they would go and we would say, all right, we want to target all the roofing companies, but the filter data is what was the most important. We want to target all the roofing companies that have been in business for more than 3 years, so we know that they're established, that have more than 5 employees, that are doing more than $750K in revenue annually, right? This was our target market. We weren't going after Bobby the painter who just opened, who's working by himself with no employees, who is just literally has one truck with a paint bucket and a paintbrush. He's not going to be able to pay you the $5K that you're looking for a month to run Facebook ads or do Google ads and SEO, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like the mind shift that you just dropped in here is literally amazing, even for me, because I learn stuff on every one of these videos that I do. Like just because I've been in this for 10 years doesn't mean that I know everything, right? So I hope you guys took your screenshots. That's for damn sure. I hope you took your screenshots. Guys, you want to do some Q&A? Bob, I'm sure these people have like tons of questions. We'll drop in some Q&A.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
All right, guys, so let's do some Q&A. Just go ahead and just drop in your questions. I have Facebook open and I have Zoom open. So if you're either on the Facebook group, the Marketers Mindset Facebook group, you can drop in questions. I'll look at it there. If you're on Zoom and you want to drop in some questions, go ahead and drop in questions. Me and Bob will both answer as many questions as we can for you guys. We got some time. Then we'll also give away some swag bags. And then I got something really awesome to tell you guys, so hang tight, okay? So Joe said, so suppose that's how you target them for an outsourced client acquisition campaign. So I suppose that's how you target them for an outsource. Yeah, so it's different when you're doing like when you're talking about like client acquisition campaigns on Facebook. You're only limited to target like a certain group of people, right? That's why a lot of people are going after like the dentists, the chiropractors, right? Because those are essentially high-ticket clients, or the ones that you can bring up the value ladder. A dentist or a dental practice will have money to pay you versus like somebody else, and they're easy to target. We can target people who are dentists on Facebook. They are literally telling Facebook that they're a dentist, right? Or they're telling Facebook they're a chiropractor or an accountant or whatever it is, right? So when you're talking about like outsourcing, or not outsourcing, you're talking about doing like outbound style campaigns like that through Facebook, it's limited, right? But when like Bob doesn't only do outreach on Facebook. Like Bob, why don't you tell him, because I learned this from some of the events. Like I know we both spoke at Ryan Stewman's Funnel Closer event, right? And I heard you were talking about like how you don't even run Facebook ads a lot of times. It's like you go to events, right? Maybe you can talk to them a little bit about that, because that blew my mind.
Yeah. So especially depending on what niche you guys are in, like there's certain things that have to happen. Like, so for example, I'm in the medical space. So doctors have to, keep up their education, and we call it CME credits, right? So continuing education credits that they have to get every single year. And really the ones that are making a lot of money will go to the smallest groups. And so if you can get inside these small organizations, so if you look around whatever state you're in or whatever city you're in, each one of them have associations. And those associations are usually started by a doctor or started by a dentist or something like that. And you go to them and you say, hey, listen, I want to be able to speak, or I want to be able to put a table there at your next event. And if you can do that and you can deliver, then you'll have that whole market basically cornered. And that's kind of how I did it, is basically go into those areas. Listen, if you think about this for a second, a high profile doctor is not on Facebook, right? He doesn't have time to go on Facebook. He has other people that are doing Facebook for them. So every time that we've acquired somebody from Facebook ads, I would say probably 1 out of 2 drop within the first 3 months. I'm not kidding you. And the reason being is they're seeing the ads of everybody else. They're seeing the ads of like, I'll do it for free. And so their mind is peaked, and that's telling me that, man, they don't have anything else to just go through their feeds. And we struggled with that like a couple of years back. We struggled with it. I'm like, after that, we're not running any more Facebook ads. We're going to put all of our stuff into events. So last year, we did like 30 events, and, we did a ton of business. I'd get up, I'd speak at these conferences. Some were invited, some I just paid for them because it's a customer acquisition cost, right? I knew specifically if I'm going after 50 doctors, and there's 50 doctors in the audience, I knew I would close 20% of the room, and I would just do the math. That was my number, Yeah. Don't go to big events, go to the small events. They're cheaper, and you get one-on-one time with people. You could explain yourself.
Yeah, perfect example. I literally just did one of those. I did one for real estate agents and developers, mostly real estate agents, and it was like a Broward County Real Estate Association where they had an event. They hired me to come out and talk about Facebook ads and funnels and how they're so powerful for the real estate market, right? So I think there was like 100 people in the room. I did my speaking event where they paid me to actually come and speak at the event, right? And then there was 100 people. And then after, we had like this little table where I had 2 of my employees sitting at the table with application forms. And at the end of the event, I didn't say anything. It wasn't a sale. It was just at the end of the event, like, hey, if you want, maybe if you don't want to do this yourself. And I showed them how to go out, how to build funnels, how to build a Facebook campaign. It was like an hour-and-a-half thing. If you don't want to do it, we can help you do it. We have a table right over there. You just walk over there and fill out an application form, and we'll reach back out to you after the show. And I know you guys, most of you are local. You can either come by the office, or we can set up a Zoom call or a phone call and discuss how we can build this out for your real estate agent or your real estate agency or your brokerage. There's a lot of brokerages there, right? And what happened is when they left, we got like 20 applications that actually filled it out. Out of the 20 applications, I think we did like 40 or 50K in sales on building out funnels and Facebook ads, because there's going to be people that are going to go and they're going to want to try to do it themselves. And then there's going to be a small group of people, which is more than enough and more than what you need, that will want you to do it for them because they just don't want to do it. They don't know how to do it. They don't want to even learn how to do it. They don't care.
And those are the guys with the money.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the guys that are going to say, yeah, listen, man, that sounds all great. Here's my credit card. Just, can you do it for me?
Do it. Like, I don't feel like just dealing with it. Like, I don't want to know how to do this funnel thing and running Facebook ads and retargeting and custom audiences. Like, just go do it. Here's 10 grand. Go build me a funnel and a package.
We do the same way. Like we just get up 30, 45 minutes, speak. Our booth is next door at the end of the thing.
Yeah, we had a booth too. Exactly.
We just teach them very, 6th grade language. We teach them on what's going on out there. And hey, listen, our booth is back there if you have any questions.
Exactly. And for those of you guys who I think I actually had one of my employees record it on Facebook. And I think I uploaded the video of me speaking in front of everybody. So you can actually watch that whole speech on my personal Facebook page. So if you go to just go to Chad Kodary, friend request me. I don't care. I'll approve you. You can go down my feed. If you're thinking about doing this and you don't know like what to say or what to talk about, you can literally watch my whole speech. It's there for you to watch. Okay, guys? So we got some other questions. Drewby said, Bob, this one's for you. What does a typical sales cycle look like for high-ticket clients? They probably take more than one call to close. How long does it take to typically bring in high-ticket clients? So what's that sales cycle look like?
So anywhere between 3 to 5 weeks is how we close them, but we have a very specific process. So when somebody comes on and they do an application, they'll book an application. We get them through a set call. So I don't do the set call. I don't do any of the closed calls anymore, but when I did, basically from the set to the close, in between that, so we'd set them, making sure that they have all the right criteria so that when Bob goes through his whole process, that they're going to be ready to go at that point in time. But in between that set and close, we'll send out a shock and awe box, and we'll FedEx it to them right before our meeting. And the shock and awe box has got, it's got water bottles, it has my comic book, it has my actual book, it has a video card. I'm looking for it here. I don't have it, but it's just right there. It has a video card with a personal message that basically explains, hey, listen, I'm looking forward to contact. So I'm building value with them, beforehand, like with all the email sequences and campaigns. And so when they do come on the call, that we're going to close them. I have very, very few people that don't actually give them my credit card. They don't give me their credit card information or what we do now right over the phone. So that process can take anywhere between 3 to 5 weeks for higher tickets.
Love it, man. Love it. So that's like outside of the box thinking. That's like not doing the same thing as every other marketer, right? You're sending them a box. You're doing personal phone calls. You're touching base with them. It's like, and you're going to the events, meeting them personally, right? So it's a completely different approach, guys. We got some more questions. So Brock asked, do you include ad spend in the 15K a month retainer? So that's actually a good question. Do you include like any type of like Google ad spend or Facebook ad spend or anything like that?
Yeah, we'll do a little bit. It just depends on the client, really. Some we don't, some we do, depending on, the amount of work that we're going to have to do on certain things. So
awesome.
Sometimes we include it, sometimes we won't. I always say this too, like I showed you guys, if I'm taking on a 5K client or a 65, because that's really kind of where we start, 5 and 6,500, and then we upsell them to additional stuff. But if I'm taking on a 5K,
right?
Monthly.
Yeah. So just make sure everybody's on the same page.
I don't take any project stuff. I don't do setup fees. I don't do any
time, man.
Straight up monthly. But what I always say to them is for the 5K, I say, listen, in the first 90 days or before that, I'm going to try to figure out how much we can acquire a patient for. So I'm going to work with your staff on how we can get somebody into your office. And then after that 90 days, it's on you. My fee doesn't change. So they like that because it's like, okay, well, he's working with us. He's putting his money that we're paying him, and they like that. And then after the 90 days, once we figure that out, then we'll say, hey, listen, this is how much we can acquire a patient for, whether it's $150, $200, $300. How much do you want to spend? And then we'll ask them for more ad spend.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Zaid has a question. He says, how to close established businesses if you don't have a strong portfolio of clients. So if maybe this is your first time going out and picking up like your first or second client, like you might have like a lot of these books and presentations and all this stuff for them. How do you do that if like you're just starting?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, when I first started, I co-branded. And so you got DashClicks, you've got guys that like, you can build a portfolio. I'm sure if you said, Chad, give me some websites that you built, give me this, give me that, I need to build this thing, he would, right?
Yeah, we have a couple case studies inside of DashClicks that you guys can use, and we're working on building out a ton of more case studies, and also we're working on building a white label portfolio that you guys can use. So it's going to include videos and like all that stuff.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, it's drop dead simple. But if you're asking me a question, like if you were just starting off, I would say like a lot of times there's just so much fake shit that's going on in the world, right? It's just say to the person, say, man, I'm just starting out. I want to knock it out the park. This is a business that I'm in. I've got such a passion for it, and I want to do this, and I want to help you with it. Like, just be real with somebody. If somebody came to me and said that, I'd be like, yeah, man, I'll give you a shot, right? And I think we try to like go around everything and build these, slick campaigns. And sometimes, especially if you're starting out, it's just like, hey, I will, bend over backwards and do whatever I need to do to get this as a success, because I want more clients, and just be real with them. But you've got case studies, you've got all that stuff at your disposal.
Love it, guys. Guys, anybody got any other questions before we go on to do some swaggy baggy giveaways, and then I'll talk to you about something really cool that's happening. Any other questions? Last and final chance before me and Bob stop answering your questions. Any final questions? And Bob, by the way, like in case somebody wants to follow you, where can they reach out to you? I know you probably have social media channels and stuff like that.
Yeah, you just you can follow me on Instagram. Bob Mangat is the BOBMANGAT. You can go watch my story at lessclientsmoremoney.com. And yeah, those are pretty much the two areas that I'm kind of on. There's a couple of questions in the Q&A if you want me to answer those.
Yeah, let's go to it. I didn't even see that. So Carl said, what practice software using Infusion, or this is like the follow-up? What do you use for like follow-up sequences?
Yeah, so I built my own EverGenius, and that's what we use for email, voice, and text.
Yep.
Before that, I was using Infusionsoft and MailChimp. I was patching a bunch of shit together. And that's kind of the reason why we end up building our own stuff, is because it's like, I'm sick and tired of all this other stuff, you know?
Yep. And I'm in the same boat as you, bro. Originally, we built DashClicks for our agency, which is crazy. And then we're like, you know what? Maybe other people can use this. Just give it to everybody and see what happens.
Yeah.
Matt says, isn't it tough to be responsible? Is it tough to be responsible and an expert for every single step of the customer cycle versus drilling down on acquisition, for example? So I'm assuming it's like, is it basically hard to go into the actual business and actually go into like every step? And
you know what's hard is losing a client after a month. That's fucking hard, you know?
Yeah, that sucks.
That sucks. So of course it's going to be tough. And of course it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But once you create that, the money is there. You're going to keep them longer term, right? That's tough. Like I hate that when we lose a client. It's just, even if we lose a client, I mean, it happens to us, happens to everybody. But even when we lose a client after 18 months or 2 years, I get pissed, man. Even though I've created the amount of money that I wanted to create, it's because, man, like, why did we lose them? How did we lose them? Where did we fall short? What do we need to do to get better? Did we not service them this way? Like, where did this fall off? You know? Because that's the recurring revenue. That's what we all thrive on, you know?
It's retention. Like if you're not retaining your clients, you're gonna hamster wheel forever. Like you can go out right now and use Bob's approach and get a $6K a month client, and then if you're not retaining them and they cancel next month, you're gonna have to do that again next month. And then they're gonna cancel a month and you're gonna have to. So like, don't do that. Like, retain your clients, focus on retention, right? And communication is for us like one of the big ones. So like, make sure you guys are communicating with your clients, right? Matt asked another question. How do you deal with the quality pushback? Like maybe like the lead quality, like maybe the lead, like you said, like, oh, the leads aren't good or whatever the case may be. Like, how do you deal with something like that? Is it just like, are you like going in and like optimizing and tweaking, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, it's all about expectations, right? Or commitments that you set up with your clients right in the beginning. If you already know that the lead qualities have sucked, then tell them on the front. Just be real and say, hey, listen, you know what? The lead quality might suck right in the beginning, but as we refine it, we understand, we go through the prospect to close process. We work with Mary at the front desk. We work with you on the close. The leads eventually will get better and better and better. And so, you know, I got a couple of positions that are open in my business. And a lot of these guys, like I'm looking for a social media marketer, right? To manage all my other stuff that I don't manage. And so they'll come to me and say, man, I can get you X amount of business. I can get you X amount of business. And I'm like, I don't want that. That's not the result I want. I want you to create great content, great images, and post it for me. I don't need you to grow my business. That's my job.
Yep.
Right? That's my job. And so, you know, you have to kind of understand that part of the process. And if you can help them with that one leak that they're finding, then it'll be a lot better. You know?
Love it. Brock had a question. He said, Brock says, should we have 3 different packages to close from, or just like one set price? Like, I guess when you're at the end and you're doing your little stack, and then what, like, should you close 3, give them options, or 1?
Yeah, I always say, like, if you're not at, you know, the position that we're at in our agencies, then do what I did when I first started. And so when I first started, I built 3 tiers. Now I just command the dollar that I want, but I build it up. Shock and awe, emails, videos, testimonials, case studies, comic books, you know, patient journey maps. Like, I build it up so I'm able to command that. If you don't have that, then you got to have choice for them, because somebody might not be able to spend that money that you might want. So, you know, I've got if you go to the YouTube page, I got this thing called the ideal lifestyle. A lot of times we get into business trying to figure out like how much money we're going to make per package. The ideal lifestyle videos that I did, there's like two videos, I think, really explains how to create the perfect agency so that you can go out there and charge what you want to charge and know that it has to do with your ideal lifestyle and your ideal, the way that you want to live, right? So, yeah.
Amazing, guys. Any other questions? We're about to close out the Q&A. Last question. We'll take one last question. If anybody's got one last question, drop it in right now. We'll give you guys 30 seconds. And if not, we're just going to continue. We're going to keep rolling. And also at the same time, drop in a 333 if you love what Bob is saying. Can we get a 333? If you guys are on social media and you're watching this on the Facebook, the Marketer's Mindset Facebook group, guys, hashtag live if you're watching live, hashtag replay if you're watching replay. Hit the love button. Just keep tapping the love button. Get us pumped up, guys. Because the more you can get us pumped up, the more we want to share with you guys, right?
Get jacked, yeah.
All right. Let's go straight into Q&A. What I'm going to do is, Bob, I'm going to let you give out like 2 swag bags. So if you can ask a question. This is kind of what we do at the end of every Marketer's Mindset video. And for those of you guys who don't know what a swag bag is, we're going to be giving you guys a T-shirt of your size, cool Marketer's Mindset T-shirt with a nice little quote on the back. Right? We're going to be giving you guys a metal pen. We're going to be giving you guys a DashClicks mouse pad, a bag, so a bunch of cool stuff. We're going to put it in there and send it straight to your door, okay? So, Bob, if you can, just go ahead and ask them any question that you want, and we'll let everybody drop in chats, and then we'll pick your favorite answer, and we'll send them a swag bag.
Yeah, cool. So
any question that you want. Any
question. What is the biggest, for those of you guys, I don't know what from, you know, let's just start with this. Like, what is the biggest challenge that you are facing today, right now? Because I always say this, like, if you don't get stuff done today, tomorrow is going to be a mess. And that's just going to keep going, right? So what is your biggest challenge right now, today, so that we can solve that for you and get you moving?
Biggest challenge in your agency or in your business, guys, drop it in the chat. If you're on the Facebook Marketer's Mindset, you can drop it in the chat there. I'll read those out. I don't know if Bob has that open or not, but if you're inside of the actual Zoom, go ahead and drop it in the chat. So Jeremy Parker said solid leads. Carl said cash flow. Matt says clients only focused on ROI. Zaid said high quality lead generation and conversions. See what else we got going. Go ahead and drop it in the chat. Guys, what is the biggest hurdle in your business? Jaron said, defining my client avatar. Johnny Scott says, getting leads that are quality clients to go after. Walter
I like
said,
that one.
my pitch.
Defining my client avatar. I like that one.
Defining my client avatar. I actually like that too. Chase said, connecting with the owners.
Defining your client avatar will allow you to close more clients, will allow you to get more money, and will allow you to get away from the competition that you think that you have.
Love it. Do we got a winner? All right, Jaron, winner, chicken dinner?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Jaron, go ahead and just log into your DashClicks account, open up a live chat, and just say, I was the winner of the swag bag, and we'll send you out a swag bag. Go. All right, let's ask one more question. Throw out another question.
I have no idea. I'm stumped.
All right, I'll throw one out. You ready?
Yeah.
Guys, what was on this Marketer's Mindset call, what was the biggest thing that you learned, the biggest takeaway? What was the biggest takeaway that you learned from Bob during this call? Drop it in the chat right now. Go. Go, 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 go. The biggest thing that you learned. Go, quick. Shift change, Philip said. Walter said more money, more clients. I thought he said more money, more problems. Matt said Bob is a badass. Joe said becoming a trusted advisor. Walter said less. Kent said go after big tickets. William said focus on client businesses a whole lot and not just prospecting. Walter said clients. Meredith said show them what a CMO makes. Alicia said how to target high-ticket clients. Christian said full stack marketer versus one full stack marketer. Where'd it go? Damn it, too many people typing. Full stack marketer versus one trick pony. Amanda said determination. Gus said positioning yourself as a CMO versus the prospect. Drewby said, why being more than a lead gen guy is important. Ooh.
Like
Bob, I'll let you pick it.
Yeah, let's go with Drewby's. I like that one. Why being more? I mean, that all kind of, once you have that shift, you will start to create, other things in your business.
Drewby for his 987th swag bag. Congratulations. Drewby wins a swag bag, I feel like, on every live episode. Drewby, just open up a live chat. We'll send you a swag bag just to remind me, bro. All right, guys, I want to talk about something really quick, something amazing, something that's going to blow your mind. Something amazing. Who's ready for it? Bob, you're going to want to hear it too. You're going to love it. You're going to be like, holy shit, this is unreal. Are you ready for what I'm about to show you? Are you ready? Damn it. They're working on it. But anyways, I'll show you anyways. But guys, okay, so I went live in the Marketer's Mindset group a couple of days ago, like the last 2 days. And our affiliate program, for most of you guys know, is launching pre-launch list. So we're letting 150 people in. First, we start off with 100 people. Then I spoke to Carlos, our developer. He's like, screw it. Let's let another 50 people in. We really want to test it. We have thousands of people on the platform. Let's let some people in. Because you guys took the time to join me on the Marketer's Mindset, if you for some reason did not get into that 150 list, I'm dropping a link below. Go, go, go. Dropping a link below. Go, go, go. Follow that link. Follow the basic 3 instructions inside of that chat, which is log into your DashClicks account, open up a live chat, and say, I want to join the affiliate pre-market list. Once you do that, we will add you, and we're going to tag you into the intercom system that we use. I'll tag you, and on March 1st, which is literally in I think tomorrow. Tomorrow's March 1st. Tomorrow we're going to fire off an email, and we're going to give 200 people an affiliate link, guys. And if those of you guys who are like, holy shit, everybody's been asking me about DashClicks affiliate program, right? How easy is it to just go and get somebody to watch free videos and learn free content and get access to a free platform? And it's a no-brainer, right? So it's for you guys as an affiliate, as affiliate marketers. It's such an easy link to send out because you guys are all like-minded individuals. You probably go to events. You probably hang out with other marketing agencies. You probably have friends that are in the space that are freelancers or graphic designers or web designers, whatever it is. All you got to do is share the link with them. Say, this is DashClicks. Go create a free account. And what's going to happen now, this is another new thing, and you guys are going to blow your mind. We are opening up a sales department. Wow, right? So what's going to happen, guys, if you guys are watching me on Instagram, if you're not watching me on Instagram, just go to @ChadKodary, hit the follow button. Boom, and you follow me. That's it. Then you can watch my stories, okay? For those of you guys who saw me yesterday, we actually stayed we stayed at the office late, and we opened up our call center. We have 4 seats that we build out in our call center, and this is not a call center of what you think. We are not doing outbound calls for people trying to sell them DashClicks. We are going to be providing demos for new people that sign up. So if you are signing up to DashClicks, we are labeling you as A. If you have not purchased a product, if you've not got a demo, if you don't understand what DashClicks is, we are labeling you a B. Our sales team is going to take you from A to B. That's what they're going to do. They're going to show you the demo. They're going to work with you on strategies. They're going to do the whole thing. These are not sales reps. These are marketing gurus that are certified DashClicks personnel that know the platform inside and out. They're going to show you how to use it, how it's beneficial to your agency from A to B. Why I'm telling you guys this is not because you don't know how to use DashClicks. It's because those people that you're sending those affiliate links out to, every single user that signs up, and this is going to happen in the next week, is automatically going to get an email that's going to allow them to schedule a 30-minute session with a certified DashClicks rep that's going to go over all of that. And what that's going to mean for you is we're going to be selling for you, and you're going to be making commission. So that's how powerful the affiliate program is. It's just literally sharing that link and boom. Guys, are you guys on the same page? Can I get a 400 in the chat if you guys are here with me and you understand how powerful this is, okay? Now, for those of you guys, I'm going to say this one last time. We're only giving 200 people out of the couple thousand users who are waiting for this affiliate program. We're giving 200 people the links. And we're going to do that probably for about 2 or 3 weeks. Then we're unlocking it to everybody, and we're letting the floodgates roll. And everybody's going to be in. Everybody's going to be sharing their link with everybody. So why I'm telling you guys, this is like a Willy Wonka ticket to the golden freaking factory, right? You have it, you have your link before anybody else has it. Okay, go out and share your link with as many people as possible. Go create a Facebook Live video and tell them how powerful DashClicks is in the platform and drop your affiliate link in. Go send an email to your whole list. Go on Facebook, send it to all your friends. Create LinkedIn automation to all the agency owners and fire off your affiliate link. Like, that is your affiliate link. Take a head start. It's a lifetime cookie, which means when somebody signs up to your affiliate link, our system tracks that, which you'll have a full dashboard, which I wanted to show you. But unfortunately, our dev guys are working on it. It's not available at the moment. Let me refresh. Damn it, Carlos, it's not available at the moment. But it's okay. You'll have a full dashboard in just a couple of days where it's going to track every single sale that's been made. It's going to track every user that signed up. It's going to track everything. It's like 30 metrics with graphs and links, and it's connected with Stripe Connect. So it literally, we're doing direct deposits, boom, on the 1st and the 15th. It's going right into your bank account, the commissions. All automated, like super simple process. All you have to do is just take that link, get it to A. We're going to get those A's, and we're going to turn them into B's for you, and we're going to help you make money. That's how awesome our affiliate program is, guys. Is everybody on the same page? Can we get like a 300 in the chat right now if you guys are on the same page? That's how powerful it is. So all you got to do is just drop. I'm going to drop the link in one more time. Those of you guys who are coming on late, just literally go ahead, click that link. It's a messenger bot link. It takes 2 seconds. Follow the 3 steps, and we'll add you to the list. Once we hit 200, we are closing that list out, and everybody else is going to get their link in about 2 or 3 weeks after that. Boom, I let it out. I had to let it go. Powerful? Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? What was that? I think you are muted. I don't know. I can't hear you, Bob.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, there we go. Now I can hear you.
You were going. I was like, I had somebody come in here. So I was like, no, man, that's awesome. That's like I said, man, you guys got everything there that is going to make you successful, man. If you're not successful with what all the services and the options and the things that are being provided, I mean, man, you might want to look for a different career kind of thing, right? You know what I mean?
I love it, man. Guys, all right, guys. I think that's pretty much it. We'll wrap this Marketer's Mindset up. I think this was like episode, I'm already losing count. I think this is episode 10 of Marketer's Mindset, which is, I'll call it a decade of Marketer Mindset video calls. We've had you, we've had Ryan Stuman, we've had Arnie Giske, we've had Jeff Hunter. We have Dennis Yu coming on in a couple of weeks. We have so many awesome people that are joining us in this channel, helping us build this community for you guys, the marketers, the agencies, the freelancers. Like, we're doing this for you guys. We already know this stuff, me and Bob, right? Well, I know some of this stuff. I learned a lot of stuff from you today, Bob. Thank you for that, right? But we know most of the stuff. This is for you guys, to help you guys educate, to help you guys excel, to help you guys change that mindset as a marketer, right? Change the mindset as a marketer. So, guys, thank you so much. Let's thank Bob. Can we drop a 200 in the chat? Let's give a little clap for Bob, right, for coming up and showing up and leveling up all of you guys. Thank you so much, Bob. If you want to follow Bob, just go to Bob Mangat. Follow him. If you just Google him, I'm sure you'll get everything that he has. Okay, guys? Any final comments you want to throw in there, Bob?
No, I mean, just keep at it. Some days you might think that this is not worth it. It is. Me and Chad are, we're not that talented or that, like I said, right in the beginning of the presentation, man, like I dropped out of college. I didn't have the opportunities. I didn't have the money. I didn't have anything. And so you have all the tools and things that are necessary. You just got to put them to work. It's not the tools. That's the problem. That's not why you're not getting the results. It's because you're not showing up every single day. You got to freaking show up. And if you do, you will get the results. And it takes time. It takes a little bit of patience. I always tell my students that I'm like, I will outlast any person. And that's why we're successful, right? Is because we consistently grind it out every single day.
Keep pushing, man. I even put a post. It's funny that you say I put a post in the Marketers Mindset group last night talking about that, like not giving up and like pushing through things and going through obstacles. Like what you guys see, like me and Bob, like these big agencies, these people, the 2 Comma Club plaques, the whole studios, the Lamborghinis. Like, guys, we got through that like after time. We didn't get that yesterday. We didn't start yesterday and get that now, right? So like stick with it. Like push through all the shit. You're going to fall on your ass, get back up. Like that's what you need to do to be successful. Whether you're an agency owner or just own a business, whatever it is. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be successful, you got to push through shit. Just keep fucking pushing. Go. Push.
All right, guys. Yeah.
I exhausted all my energy, guys. Thank you again, Bob. Thank you guys for joining us for Marketer's Mindset episode 10. I love all of you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll wrap it up. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.